from the days past. But for now, let's focus on Ticino versus Press F. Still the same scenario, best of 3, we're still in the upper bracket, and as such, there's still a second chance for whichever team loses. But you would rather go and not take any of those extra lives, would you?
We're entering our top 8 position here in the upper bracket. It's going to be a bit of a tough call for every single team at this stage. They will have their second chance, but they'd ideally like to make their way on with those grand final positions. Again, 2 teams, one from uppers, one from lowers, will have their opportunity at Tcs Esports League promotion. So important for all these best of 3s at this stage. Ball's out into the midfield, ball coming in off the backboard. It's Emin with contention to that corner on the save call. Freeby's going to demo out one player though, and that's going to be the entire back line cleared out with one more baited out. Visa is going to open up the game.
Seems like off a little bit of technical issue as well. We're going to see how that's going to be resolved. Yep, there he goes. Fortunately, Ticino have just lost one of their players. And as such, for just a moment until we get a ruling on this, we're going to be playing 2 versus 3. Press F. Yep. For now, we're going to be continuing and waiting for him to rejoin. And now it's down to Press F to see how they can utilize this advantage. So for now, Jay, it's going to be slightly unequal play. Then again, I had my own experiences of playing 3 versus 2, being on the strong side, and yet being absolutely flat.
I don't think you're playing at this kind of level though, Jam, unfortunately. I hate to break it to you, man.
Hey, please do not diss my incredibly... I'm not going to say which level, but please, do not...
Listen, all I'm going to say, right, you know, like last season we had a situation with Syntax's old Lausanne side who had 3v2 scenarios, and, you know, they were the team with the advantage, and I'm just going to say, if those of you don't remember it, it wasn't a fun time. So listen,
I think I remember that one specifically.
It's still possible to turn this around. So you know what? Like, let's see how they play it here. He can rejoin at any particular moment. Yeah, Coron's going to get back into the game right here. So now we're back to 3v3 action. Of course, per the rules, you can only pause the game in between the matches during that 60-second break period. So, at the very least, they haven't considered any goals just yet. They haven't pushed back to the back foot, though, so momentum is most definitely with the Press F side. Pushing forward, Pixel will try to take this ball into the box. Viz's going to take this one up high. Phoebe's nowhere to be seen, rotating back to the back lines and controlling outside of this box. We'll find a clear out. Green's back there with that shot. Phoebe carries that ball off the back of it straight into the corner, but no further than that.
Pressure is mounting up, and Ticino are still being pressured. 2 players, 3 players. Press F dominance on the field is currently clearly seen, and while it hasn't gone past that first goal, it is incredibly hard for them to deal with anything. That almost seems like the mentality of that start has still not left them, and it's tough to start your game with some technical issues. But as a matter of fact, this is round number 3, and as such, Gina have already won 2 of the previous games. They're in a solid position. They're on the roll themselves. Doesn't seem like this roll is going to continue with the way this game has been shaping up. Emin
controlling this ball out, pushed out by Greens and turned over into the corner player. Coron's going to try to get back to the corner. Here comes Pixel with a dunk down chance, high off the crossbar and pushed wide by the second offender here for the Press F side. Ball's up, 2 players committing towards it. Phoebe's now going to challenge against them, beat out or try and beat out 2 or get past them, but 3rd player's back behind it. A clear comes right in for Pixel. Coron's just back in time to defend against that. That seemed like it was an open net though, and now he tries to carry this back over towards the orange half. Pixel there with a demo ball off the backboard from Emin, and Greens will follow suit as it passes right to the center line, and we go 1 apiece.
What could have been a perfect goal for Press F has turned around. Solid efforts from Ticino. Make sure that Press F defense is forced to quickly figure out where the ball is going, which part of the net we need to defend, do we need to challenge or not. And while these reads have been made, Ticino come back into this game in a very heroic fashion. This has not been their match to begin with, and yet they've been perfectly. Saves, shots, they're on point, and are right now standing in a position to really steal a game that they almost had no business of winning.
Well, Ticino now in with a chance, 60 seconds to the board now. Emma going to pinch that away for his side and find a way back in alongside Greens coming in, sealing to the backboard, pushed out to the center. Coron trying to see if he can hold contention, and Greens will just push that up and out. Chance for someone to punish here. Is actually going quite far back into that blue half. Here comes Pixon and Phoebe playing off each other, taking that to the corner, and Miz is going to try to look for his chance in. Good challenge, was a bit too far wide. Pixel's going to try just against it. Challenge for that ball contention, might set up an opportunity for a teammate. Here comes Phoebe, past two, but not the third. Emin there, right on the line to defend against it. The ball goes up high from the ceiling, back down inside that box. Coron will find his way out. Pixel takes that one high against two, takes it high off the backboard and cleared out into the midfield. 10 seconds remain as Vizza takes that one off and out. Coron into the corner. Time ticks away slowly, looking for another overtime game, it seems. Emin with one final buzzer to beat the timer, but not to happen here. Overtime in game one of the series.
Would have wished for a longer break in between regulation and the overtime. The confidence has dropped. There have been more questionable touches. And when it comes to defending or clearing the ball out of their own half, it is not working as smoothly. It is a nervous affair. And Press F utilize this quite quickly. One lapse of judgment, one lapse of, okay, the pressure isn't that hard, everything is okay. There is your goal. Press F, I feel like they restore that status that they've accrued throughout that game, the showing that they've given us. And the 2-1 is really to be expected of how they have been playing. But now it's time for a second game. Ticino Gaming have been looking solid when it came to midfield play and offensive play. It's their defense that has been looking completely in shambles. If they can fix that, they can start showing something better. Again, I do say shambles. They have survived a whole lot of shots from Press F, and that cannot be discounted. But even in situations when there was not enough pressure from Press F on Ticino Gaming's players were doing some... I keep using that word, but I can't get away with it. Questionable stuff.
Well, questionable or not, it's still going to be a game there for the Press F side. Ticino did look okay when it came to their offensive line. Again, a couple of great plays to turn that to even. A very, very competitive contest here in our quarterfinals. Game 2 now, match point is going to be favourable to the Press F side as they do get off to the awkward start here, off to the orange defensive. Pixel still going to try control in against the likes of Emin here. Reigns with the defensive against him, however, rotates in. Now Vizza comes up, puts that one back a bit further. Coron's going to beat everybody else to the ball alongside Greens coming into the right-hand side of the net. Here comes the final chance, kind of shot, going to be dead away, not off the post. Vizza just trying to see if he can get it out, but no. Emin challenging for the opener for Ticino, just a small 26 seconds into the game.
Oh, that was fantastic stuff from both sides. Ticino keeping up the pressure. Press F still finding the save of these plays, but the last touch by Press F was not enough. There was a perfect opportunity to still keep it to yourself and away from the opposition, or at least not giving them a chance to shoot a straight on goal, but couldn't find the right angle, couldn't find the right touch. And Press F found themselves looking a tad nervous. Where is the pressure? How quickly Ticino can bring the players in? Now they opt for, let's play it calmer, cooler, and let's see what goes out of that.
Ball up and out into the box here, 4 minutes to the clock. Plenty of time to recover this for Press F. Saw them turn it back from the OT in the last game here, but the pressure is definitely on. Ticino not giving them any breathing room, and you can see how that's working out for them. Aggression continues into the orange half. Phoebe will look to move forward. Bump could be a chance available, just as to beat one. And indeed, that bump does wonders for the Press F side. 1-1 now to the board.
It could not have been any easier. And of course, even with Coron coming in, not sure if he got caught up on that post or was that as good as he could get into that situation. But Phoebe just caps off a team play. Press F took every single available resource that they had and utilized it well. Chance for Ticino. Now, time to create your own luck. Oh, the crossbar denies Vizzer. Would like to try again. His team is going to attempt something of like.
Ball out from Vizza, coming in off the backboard, turned away. Pixel back on target for a chance, looking for a second touch. Needs Phoebe to try and come through though. Gets a good challenge onto the second, but it throws it off just enough to make sure the offensive does not turn out to a goal. Vizza and Phoebe playing off each other off that backboard in the ceiling. Green's going to put that off to the right-hand side. Pixel's caught in rotation. Vizza moves forward and takes that touch out to the backboard play. And into that midfield, Phoebe challenges him. Pixel moves forward alongside Greens. Big miss, actually a fake out. A chance into his teammate. A great sequence for the third player, but he misses at the last hurdle. That could have been a beautiful sequence from Ticino, but it doesn't work out here at the halftime.
This was perfect. Everything was in their favor. And Jay, this is not the first time we've seen this, but slowing down the play, really not going with your first gut instinct of shooting or going hard for it, but just hitting the handbrake and throwing the opposition for a loop has been paying dividends today in already, basically in every single one of our series that we've seen today. In that case, it only needed a finish, and the finish did not come. For Ticino, those chances are at a premium. An opportunity to create something like that, while also having a good reaction for it, incredibly worthwhile. If they couldn't find it, we'll have to try again. All the while, they still need to contest press F.
I could have seen that pinch going so wrong for the defenders of Ticino. They do make it work and counter-attack, slowing the ball down. Third player coming in this time will secure it as Emin puts us back in the lead for his side. 2-1 up for Ticino.
Ooh, Phoebe, just a tad off. Got an unwelcome angle while rotating through the top of the net. But this would have been a wonderful save if it would have connected. But Ticino, just see that there's nobody but Phoebe in the net. Pressure will not be hard punished. And they were right in that regard. Corn just take the ball away from his teammates. Works out for him in the end, I suppose. Ticino Gaming should not celebrate just yet. Should not go for crazy stuff as it is. Now it's twice in a row that Phoebe does not make a connection with the ball. Not enough boost. Yes, not enough boost. 12 in the tank, and that ball was heading straight under the crossbar. If only Phoebe had just a little bit more in a tank, but alas, that is a 2-goal lead for Ticino. And that is another turnaround in the series. We're making predictions, Jay, and those predictions are immediately getting stopped.
3-1 to this board. The ball out for Coron, turned out, shot close, taken away by Phoebe next to the defenses towards that back ball. Green's going to pinch away, turned up by Viz, is going to go close, but no cigar. A minute to the clock. Pixel with a good challenge. An opportunity might still present itself. It's put point blank right in front of the net, and press F not ready to go down just yet.
That 50, that play on the wall as well. That pinch could have gone many all ways. Might as well not even gotten anywhere close to Visor for a shot. But every single touch that press F make on that attack is golden. Gets him within breathing distance from Ticino. Off the kickoff, they put on the gas, they put on the pressure, and Greens needed to make something out of that. Any old single touch. Instead, it's Pixel finding a pass off the backboard. Even Stevens.
3-3 to this board. And back up here for press F. 2 dead set even standing, squared off with a chance to take a lead right here. Look at this kickoff. Pixel throws the ball off instead. Second touch, left it for a teammate. It was a bit of a weird angle. Don't think he had much support in that respect, or much of a choice. Now Coron takes this ball in off the back ball, going to trust that he can follow suit with his teammates. Phoebe going to get beaten out by Emin, wraps over. Pixel will find his way up and out. Phoebe challenged by Coron, next off to the sideboard. Greens moves forward, second touch might allow a bit of an open net. It goes too far wide. Coron trying to recover the situation, but Viz allowed control. Good challenge from one. Here comes Pixel now, trying to dunk it down, pushed off wide to the right hand side. Phoebe biding his time, but he's getting beaten to the ball instead. 3 seconds and the blue side control this ball. Dribbles up, Vizza tries to take control, but not enough boost to get to that ball in time, and we have overtime instead. 3-3. Next goal for press F will push into the semi-finals.
This has been the story of the day, Jay. Comebacks, overtimes, And let's see if we're going to get one more part of the story. Green had no touch on that ball. Ball went a tad too high from the attempt of press F. That demo might open up something, and that back pass is going to confuse the defense even more. If they can set up a 1-2-3, this would be perfect. Press F knows that no need to take risks. There's, even when they're in the lead in the series, the best of 3 format does not allow for a leeway, much wiggle room in case you do drop a game, because dropping 2 means it's trapped.
Green's going for the solo dribble here now off to the backboard, double commit on that pinch. Will get taken away by Pixel. Emin not going to be allowed his chance to score. Koron moving in against Phoebe from that corner. He'll get played away. And Emin hunting for control out to this corner on the defensive line. Going to try to look for a counter-attack. Good challenge on Pixel. They've all committed to that. That's an open net. That's a simple touch. And he's going to bait in the last player, slowing it down to a snail's pace. And it works out for Ticino. 4-3 now. We go to game 3.
Oh, Wizard, I feel like Wizard has a perfect chance to challenge the ball at a source, straight at the shot, or just do something with the player. Instead, he went for a flying save, which did not pay off. Zero boost dream. That's what Emin had right there. I do believe he immediately had zero boost the moment he made that block/clear. And then it was all down to the fact that press F committed everything on that attack and could not make back in time. Well, that's how dreams get crushed. That's how series get won back. And that is how Ticino Gaming and press F win themselves back into game number 3, the finale, the big one. That has gotten much more exciting. On one side, Phoebe, Pixel, and Visor definitely showing that they found the weak spots of Ticino in the previous game, as well as in the first game. But Ticino Gaming are not going down without a fight. They have fought without one player in the first game. They have fought at the start and then back when the going gets tough in game number 2 through the overtime. And now they'll have to start fighting back. And there's another 1-goal advantage for their opposition straight after 5 seconds of play.
Straight up and out for Pixel, taking that kickoff to the right-hand side of the field and just carrying it forward of his own right, taking the demo in of his own right, of his, just of his own accord. And that's an opening for press F and a big start as well. This guy is looking to contest this here, looking to press forward here in the bracket. Turned away by Phoebe off from that corner play. It's 2 players beaten on the offensive. Emin can't get up in time. That's an easy second for Phoebe now. 2 goals to the board of press F, and just within the first 30 seconds.
Rough. One small bit of overextension. Really, just a smallest of mistakes, smallest of misjudgments. But you pay for that, and pay for it hard. Ticino struggling to make any connection with the ball so far. 30 seconds in, all they have is 4 touches on the ball. After that has just respite from Greens. That is not good. That is not solid, and that is worrying. Your opposition is starting with such a dominant possessive start.
Emin out to the mid-center. Phoebe clears downfield. Greens will turn it into the center line. There's a shot from Visor, though. Coming straight back out. They fed the ball towards him, and he finds himself up with a 3-0 advantage. All of this in just the first minute. Press F are now dominating against Ticino.
Well, I would like to refer everyone to the name of Phoebe's Visor and Pixel side, because that's exactly what the fans of Ticino Gaming will be pressing. It is an incredibly tough start. While we have seen 3-goal comebacks, while I have seen 4 goals in a row today, Ticino Gaming and Game 3 specifically, oh goodness gracious, have not shown anything that would have given us any hope. We've seen turnarounds for sure, strong ones at the end of the game, but my oh my, right now, this is a bulldozer, a steamroller going over Ticino, and it's showing no signs of stopping.
And it's still just falling apart for Ticino, unfortunately. Press F definitely playing their own style of game, definitely the kind of style we saw in the first couple, but on the opposite end of the field, it's not looked nearly as confident. They're trying for these solo plays, trying to outstyle their way to victory. Right now, what they need is just any sort of kind of goals here. Anything. All that for Phoebe, wrapping over towards this corner and into the midfield. Eventually, Green's turned out. So Phoebe takes it back to the other side corner. Second player coming in. Oh, that's a challenge from Pixel. 5-0 to rub salt in the wound.
Confidence breeds confidence. Emin had a thought that, all right, the initial attack is off. There's no pressure. He has the ball. But for press F, again, confidence breeds confidence. You start scoring, and you feel more confident to be more aggressive, more pressuring. And it continues working because your opponent is in the mindset where we need to come back, so we need to commit hard on ourselves, or rather commit hard with our plays. And obviously that clashes hard. Press F with tons of opportunities, and Ticino in a comeback mode that really has not started. I think is slightly off. Those 5 goals, whatever the scoreline might be at the end of the game, I don't see anybody losing a 5-goal difference. To break this momentum, something absolutely tremendous needs to happen. Again, miracle, and that is a 6-0. And Jay, do we really need to see more? They're already dead.
Yeah. No, I think you should mention press F to pay your respects to Ticino. They have been absolutely stomped on here in Game 3. And you're right about miracles, you know, like, I hope you're religious because you're going to need it at this stage. 2.5 minutes to go. 6-0 for press F.
Where is Raptor Jesus when you need him? Not here, it seems. Not here.
Oh, dear. Oh, I mean, like, what else do you say at this stage? Like, you know, again, it's kind of regurgitating the same points about the issues that they've had here for Ticino. They have just capitulated under the pressure of their opposition, and press F are styling on all of them at the moment. Coming through here, double commits outside of that midfield, trying to generate something. At least they can get a consolation goal or two. I mean, they'd have to avoid the Brazil, but like, just something, anything to come through in this third game would at least be something to work with going into the lower bracket, you know?
Yeah, otherwise right now it is just defeat. That's the only thing that's on the mind of the Ticino Gaming, and defeat is getting worse and worse and worse. They have basically not just started the day on the wrong foot in this game, their bed just fell apart as they were lying in it. It was not a good sign, and then just gave up on the whole life as it stood. Well, for them, the life is in the tournament is not over. Again, there's still that bottom bracket, and they themselves have been seated pretty high in the tournament as it stands. They actually started in the second round, so together with the likes of Alperos and Vision Gaming, they were one of the top seeded teams, and yet they will have to drop down and face whoever is going to be facing them. The lower bracket is still going through. There's still a ton of matches to be played. Teams are trying to get through that second chance. But yeah, let's see a really good move. I want to see Ticino score an absolute banger, the one that won't matter at all in the grand scheme of things, but one that's going to lift their spirits just a little bit, puts a small smile on their faces, because all I'm seeing right now from Ticino are frowns.
Yeah, just lift them out of this out of this slump here in this game, because it definitely, I don't think it represents what Ticino could do. You know, if the first 2 games were anything to go off, it definitely is not. But, you know, like, that extra bit of momentum boost to go into the lower bracket with, obviously, to get this kind of result right here isn't encouraging, but at least you have it out now. If you can get a consolation goal in, then at least you have a little bit of something to swing into the lower bracket games with, try and make a run there. That could be the opportunity for Ticino, but for now, this game is set and done. Pixel just going to be evaded here for 10 seconds to the board. Press F are going to dominate here in Game 3 and take this series at a 2-1 result. 7-0 for the third and final one, and such a big result for them as well. Press F are going to have such a monster result to move into the next round. Within those semi-finals, an opportunity may still present itself for that, you know, for that relegation spot.
For a team with the lower seed than the Ticino Gaming, Press F are going to be incredibly happy about it.